Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. To make this cardigan you will need a weight 4 yarn and a 5mm crochet hook. In this tutorial I make a size large. For all other sizes check out my blog crochetwithcarrie.com. This is the yarn I used. You can use any yarn you like as long as it's a weight 4. So we're going to begin by chaining 10. Then single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then continue with single crochet into every chain to the end. So at the end of this row, chain 1 and then turn your work. Now we're going to be working into the back loops. So into the back loop of every stitch, place 1 single crochet. And then repeat this row for a total of 85 rows. So once you have your 85 rows, we're going to single crochet all the way across the top edge. So continuing on from where you are now, chain 1 and then make 85 single crochet. At the end of that row, chain 2 and then turn your work. This chain 2 counts as your first half double crochet. So into the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook, pull your yarn through. Now pull that first loop through the second loop, just like so. Yarn over, pull through that first loop, then yarn over and pull through 2. Now this stitch is called the herringbone double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull your yarn through, pull that first stitch through your second stitch, yarn over, pull through that first stitch, then yarn over and pull through 2. So you're going to repeat this stitch all the way across. So every row from now on is the exact same. Chain 2, then turn your work. This chain 2 counts as your first half double crochet. So into the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook, pull your yarn through, pull that first stitch through the second, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2. So you're going to repeat that all the way across. Then you're going to do a total of 54 rows. So once you have 54 rows of your herringbone double crochet stitch done, you're going to fasten off and then put to one side. And that's your back panel completed. For your front panel, you're going to do the exact same, but this time for your ribbing, you're going to do 30 rows and then work 30 herringbone double crochet. And then do that then for 54 rows, just like you did with your back panel. And of course, then you make 2 front panels. The ribbing for the sleeves are the exact same way as your front and back panels, but this time you do 29 rows of the back loop single crochet. So now we're going to do a row of single crochet all the way across. So chain 1 and then make 29 single crochet all the way across this top edge. So for the next row, we're going to start increasing. So chain 2 and then turn your work. Don't forget this chain 2 counts as your first half double crochet. So into that very first stitch, we're going to do that herringbone double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull your yarn through, pull that first stitch through the second, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2. Repeat this stitch all the way across until you reach the last stitch. So here we are at the last stitch. So into this stitch we're going to do 2 herringbone double crochets. So for the next row there's going to be no increases, so just chain 2, turn your work and then do a herringbone double crochet into every stitch all the way across. You're going to alternate between a row of increases and a row of no increases. So your next row is going to be an increase, so chain 2 and into that same stitch as your chain 2 place your first herringbone double crochet. And then you're going to place 1 herringbone double crochet into every stitch until you reach the last stitch, and then into that last stitch you're going to place 2 herringbone double crochets. So here we are at the last stitch. That last stitch is your chain 2. So into that chain 2 place 2 herringbone double crochets. So you're going to alternate between a row of increases and a row of no increases, and repeat that until you have 53 stitches. Once you have 53 stitches, you're going to stop increasing and just do regular rows until the entire sleeve measures 17 inches. And then once your sleeve measures 17 inches, you're just going to fasten off and repeat one more time. Then you're going to leave a long tail just for sewing in later. So now you're going to lay your front panels on top of your back panel, just like so. And then with a yarn needle, you're going to sew across here and then on the other side. So now you're going to lay your cardigan out flat, just like so. Then you're going to mark the middle stitch of your sleeve with a stitch marker. And then you're going to line that stitch marker up with your shoulder seam and then just attach. Once you have that done, you sew all the way across. Then repeat the same for the other side. So once you have that done, you're going to stitch down along the edge all the way down and then repeat on the other side. So now we're going to turn our cardigan right side out, and we're going to attach our yarn to the bottom edge, and we're going to work single crochets all the way around until we reach the other side. So on this bottom edge, we're going to attach our yarn. So insert your hook, grab your yarn and just pull that through. Once you have that pulled through, you can just secure with a knot. So insert your hook, pull your yarn through and then chain one. And into that same stitch, place your first single crochet. And then you're going to single crochet all the way around the inner edge of your cardigan until you reach the other side. So once you reach the other side, we're going to chain 8. Then single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then single crochet into the next 6 chains. So now you're going to slightly turn your work around, and then you're going to slip stitch. You're going to slip stitch into the next 2 single crochet. That's the 2 single crochet that's on the main body of your cardigan. So now we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to single crochet into the back loop into the next 7 single crochet. Just make sure not to work into the 2 slip stitches that you just made. You'll be working into the 7 single crochets. At the end, chain 1 and then turn your work, and then you're going to be working into the back loops of the next 7 single crochet. Then you're going to slip stitch into the next 2 single crochet. Now you're going to turn your work, and then you're going to work 7 single crochet into the back loop only, all the way across. So at the end of the row, chain 1 and then turn your work, and then you're going to repeat that. You're going to work into the back loop into the next 7 stitches, and then you're going to slip stitch into these 2 and then turn your work again, and then work your 7 single crochet all the way to the end. So you're going to repeat that all the way around the inner edge of your cardigan until you reach the other side. So now we're going to begin our pockets. So begin by chaining 19. Single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then single crochet into every chain to the end. At the end of the row, we're going to chain 1 and then turn our work, and then working into the back loop only, we're going to be placing 1 single crochet into every stitch until 2 stitches remain. So here we are at the end of the row, we have 2 stitches remaining. So now we're going to decrease, insert your hook, pull your yarn through, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over and pull through all 3. So next we're going to chain 1 and then turn our work, then working into the back loop only, make 3 single crochet. So now we're going to create our buttonhole. So chain 2, skip the next 2, and then working into the back loop of the next stitch, place 1 single crochet, and then place 1 single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch. At the end of this row, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, working into the back loop, place 1 single crochet into every stitch all the way across. When you reach your chain 2 space, you're going to place 2 single crochet into that space. Then in the back loop of the next stitch, make 1 single crochet. And then you're going to decrease over these 2 stitches. So into the back loop, insert your hook, pull your yarn through, insert your hook into that last stitch, pull your yarn through, then yarn over and pull through all 3. So next chain 1 and then turn your work, working into the back loop of every stitch, make a single crochet. For the next row, chain 1 and then turn your work, single crochet into the back loop of every stitch until 2 stitches remain. When you have 2 stitches remaining, we're going to decrease, so insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, insert your hook into the next, pull your yarn through, yarn over and pull through all 3. Then chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to single crochet into the back loop only of every stitch to the end. Repeat those last 2 rows over and over again until you have 9 stitches. When you have 9 stitches remaining, you're going to continue on working single crochet into the back loop of every stitch for a further 8 rows. So now we're going to make single crochet across this flat edge. So chain 1 and then make 25 single crochet. So when you have your 25 single crochet done, we're going to be going back to our herringbone double crochet. So chain 2, turn your work, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull your yarn through, pull that first stitch through your second, yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So repeat that all the way across to the very end. Then you're going to repeat this row for a total of 14 rows. So once you have your 14 rows completed, your pocket will look like this. So just fasten off and leave a long tail, and then just fold over your ribbed edge, and then just grab a button and then just sew that to your pocket. So all you've left to do now is sew your pocket to your cardigan. Make sure you sew the edge down here just to keep it in place. And that's it, that's your cardigan completed. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Don't forget the free written pattern is on my blog crochetwithcarrie.com.